Heidi-ho neighbors, Goji here, and welcome back to Let's Play Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Yeah, I've decided that I am going to go along with this. I realized that not only did I give up my goal of playing through a Let's Play of every Zelda game, every official Zelda game anyway, at least as far as the Legend of Zelda series is concerned, I realized that by giving up like that, I let the game win. And knowing my love for this game, that made me quite cross. So, I'm going to go through with it. I'm going to beat the game. However, I have an ace up my sleeve to give me an edge. And that edge is Infinite Magic Game Genie code. I'm not going to let the game win, but I'm also not going to let it frustrate me to the point where I'm going to be pulling out my hair and yelling at it and everything like that. I'm going to play through this game with as little pain as I possibly can, because I just want to get this over with and move on to A Link to the Past. I'm serious. I am dead serious. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm going to be giving up on Final Fantasy Adventure or Pokemon. I'm still going to be playing those. I just really want to get through this game. I'm probably going to be putting the other two on hold until I beat this, which shouldn't be too much longer. I mean, I know that we're only about halfway through the game, but with this little turn of events, with me having infinite magic power, I'm fairly sure that I can get through this fairly quickly. So hopefully it'll all turn out for the best. I'm not going to be... Pretty much the only spell that I'm going to be doing much with is the life spell, or in the shield. Well, the shield spell, obviously, I want to keep myself as shielded as possible. Most spells, like the jump spell or the fairy spell, I'll only probably use if I get really, really paranoid, or if I absolutely have to use them. But spells like shield and life, I'm going to be using those all the time, for obvious reasons. Speaking of which, life spell. Yeah, I just want to get through this and everything. So yeah, when we last left off, we were, now that I've finally gotten to the part where we last left off, we were in the Graveyard Palace, which is the third of 7 palaces if we count the last, I do. And, yeah, that's where we were. Also, we actually went from one palace right into the other in one video, so I thought that was kind of neat. And I also did realize the first time I started recording this again, back when I got extremely cross with it and stopped recording it and started recording Final Fantasy Adventure instead, I realized that, because I basically watched the last part to, get my bearings as to where I was in the game, and apparently it didn't show the exterior of where the palace is located because of a recording glitch. It basically showed, oh yeah, I have to bring up the magic menu every time I want to cast something. I don't know if it was always like that, or if it's just a side effect of the Game Genie, but either way, I'm just going to, that's just why I'm pulling it up. I can live with it. It's not like it only takes, like, maybe a second to do this. So, I'm fine. But yeah, I don't know if it was a result of, or it was probably a result of the, of a recording issue with it trying to make scenes and stuff like that. But it didn't actually show the exterior. I just went right outside the cave to a blue screen, and it didn't show me going to the palace at all. It just showed the interior of the palace. I also tried, actually this is kind of a take 2, because I'm still getting the ropes of a different I'm using Audacity right now, but Audacity has been making me mad as of late by crashing quite a bit. I don't know why, but that's basically the way it was doing a while ago, just, crashing for no good reason. And it started making me mad. So I'm looking into other video or audio recording programs. I got a free download of Record Pad. But I couldn't find out how to save the file. Oh, yay. Didn't give me any experience. They'll still drop those stupid magic potions. Which is useless to me. But yeah, I don't know if I have to actually pay to save the files, or pay to be able to edit them or whatever. But yeah, you know, yeah, can't think of how to word it. I couldn't save it, and it still turned out pretty well. I couldn't amplify it or anything like that. So it may be something that I'll drop money on in the future once I actually get money to drop on it, but or money that I'm willing to drop on it. But as for right now, I'm going to stick with Audacity and hope for the best. If anything, this isn't going to make me mad nearly as much because, I mean, it still makes me mad when I have to re-record something because I really don't like doing something more than one time. I am a one-take man, but, I mean, 2 takes isn't bad. It's just if I have to get to a point where it's like 3 or more takes, it's going to definitely affect my save state. I'm still going to be saving states, yeah. It's going to be definitely, you know, affecting my my mood as to whether I want to record or not. Now back to the cheating. I know a lot of people are going to be up in arms about this. Just play through the game. I mean, it's not like I haven't played through this game without cheating before. I've played and beaten the Game Boy Advance version on a cartridge, and I don't own a Pro Action Replay or anything like that that would give me an edge there. I actually went and sat through the entire freaking game, busted my ass, died so many times, started at the starting point so many times, only to end up back at my destination with only 1 life, little to no health, and all of my magic gone. And at that point I was like, I'm never going to play this game ever again. Well, obviously I'm playing it now, and I've gotten to the same situations the last time I tried recording this, so yeah, I'm going to use magic, or infinite magic, because I just want to get through this game and be done with it and never play it again. This is only to satisfy my want to play through every Zelda game, and thank God, this is the only one I absolutely truly despise. Now, in my personal opinion, the DS games are no picnic either, but they're very much playable compared to this game. It's just with the DS games, they're mediocre in my opinion. They're playable, but they're not nearly as fun to me. They're just not as fun as other games. I wouldn't mind playing through them for an LP, but with this game, is just a game I absolutely hate. Save state. That's why I'm on my last life. That's I thought I was on my last life. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stay on this next to last life because I don't feel like dying to that. That simple little pitfall. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So yes, I'm going to cheat for this game. Technically, I've already been cheating. I've been using save states, and I've been having an FAQ open at all times. I mean, Baldur's Gate, yes, I use a walkthrough, but that's only because I want to point out and do everything that I can think of to do in the game. At least within my character's alignment. I don't actually have the FAQ open all the time. When I was doing Baldur's Gate, I actually had the points on the points of interest on each map highlighted in a little sticky note thing that I had on my desktop, and I would go to those points and go to do the events. I wouldn't look up what they were. I mean, I'd look up what they were beforehand, but I didn't have an FAQ open like I do all the time here. And this isn't the first time I've cheated in playing these games. The first time I cheated was in, was it Zelda 1, when I used that save state thing to get a lot of money. That was cheating. That was cheating. And no one cared about that. So, even though, you know, this is, you know, cheating to the extreme, this is so that I can get the game over with and move on to actual better stuff. And that is my rant on cheating. Thank you and good night. Infinite Magic, go! I will still be getting all of the magic containers and leveling up my magic to level 8. One, I'm fairly sure that even though I have infinite magic, I still need to have a certain amount in order to be able to cast certain spells, and a lot of the spells later on do get quite expensive. Also, in order to get certain spells, you need to have a certain number of magic containers in order to actually get them. And I know that a lot of them aren't necessarily required to play through the game, but I still want to get all those spells and do all that I can. This doesn't just lead to a dead end, does it? Yeah, it does. Okay. So I'm just gonna go... Yeah, they take away experience. Whoopee-doo. Downward thrust it. Yeah, so far the downward thrust is the only awesome thing about this game. Okay, here's where we get to the, This is where we get to the, not-so-great part. At least this is the not-so-great part last time. Hopefully I can get this done in 2 minutes, but we're going to run into an iron knuckle down here. And we've got these dog head things shooting at us the entire way, and, getting in our way and knocking us back every 2 seconds. And getting out of this block thing is just a pain with these things. It actually took me like 2 or 3 minutes to get out of here. Hopefully I can get it done in under 2. Oh, there is no iron knuckle here now. That's fine. See, now it gets to a whole row of these guys. And I think I might actually get out of this. For whatever reason, last time it gave me an iron knuckle and not that magic pot. I mean, I would have liked to fight the iron knuckle for the experience, but in this particular case, I'm willing to sacrifice that in order to be able to get out relatively... with relatively little problems. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut the video here. I know it's a bit early, but, you know, with Audacity acting up, I don't know what it's going to do. So, when we come back, we will continue exploring the Graveyard Palace. I just want to take a minute to recover from that BS there. I've been Rado Goji, and I've been Rado Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?